Gemini, this is your June 23rd daily reading. This daily reading can happen a couple days before, a couple days behind. As a general reading, energies can flip sides, but you'll know where you're at, and if you don't, then this could potentially not be your reading. But that's okay, it's a daily reading that happens all the time. So just check into my YouTube shorts and see when I pick you up again. The world in reverse is under the deck. Gemini, there could be about 3 different people in this reading. So as a general reading, you'll have to help me and figure that out, what energy fits best, right? So there's somebody in your environment that wants to make an emotional offer. Could be a much younger person. But I don't think you're having it. Like, you don't want to have anything to do with this. The Queen of Cups is, I think, you, because it's in your head. You could be thinking about somebody else. In the past was the Prince of Pentacles. So this is somebody that was getting ready to jump in, maybe a little bit too impulsive and lacking a little bit of common sense. So I think this is you because in your heart, you're really thinking about this just being backstabbed, you know? So I really do think that this is taking up a lot of your space, your mental energy, and I don't think it's anybody necessarily currently in your environment, if you are thinking of that person, right? But in the future is the Ten of Wands. So currently we have the Ten of Swords, and in the future is the Ten of Wands. These are basically talking about the same thing. One is like a mental burden, one is like a physical burden. Now the Empress that's crossing could literally be another person, or it could be one of these 3. So this is a very nurturing, loving individual. Let's figure that out. What's the Empress doing? Crossing energy. Crossing energy, the Empress, is being clarified by the Ten of Pentacles. This is talking about family inheritance, wills potentially, but in the reverse, it's not talking about them fondly, you know. They could be disputed inheritances and wills. But this Empress could be your wish fulfillment, could be an Aquarius. The Empress is typically a Taurus as well. So, one more card. So I think somebody in this crossing energy really wants to seize opportunities because they really see this as being their wish fulfillment. But I don't think that's necessarily happening. There's just not this new passionate offer. And it may be because 10, 10, 10. And unfortunately, in their positions, they're speaking of negative mental burden, of negative physical burden, of negative practical burden. And so the Princess of Swords in your environment, let's go ahead and clarify that. That's the Five of Wands in reverse. And the Five of Swords in reverse. So this is just talking about walking away from a mental burden as well as a passionate burden. A passionate fight, I'm sorry. I shouldn't use the word burden. I mean here it's a burden, here it's a fight. So that's the reason there's this burden, is because you're probably thinking of this Princess of Cups in your environment and not wanting to proceed, potentially because of these. So that's the Princess of Pentacles in reverse. This is the last person, I think. This is somebody that just didn't have the tools necessary to get the job done. May have been a bit impulsive about jumping in because they had a lot of strength. They just didn't have the higher intuition. Let's get some advice. The Chariot. This is talking about moving forward effectively no matter what. You run into obstacles, just get them out of your way. It's time to go forward.